When I saw it, I was already at the chicane. Suddenly, I was no longer part of the car, I was completely loose.
It was the last race of the Formula 3 championship for Senna, and with Nelson Piquet securing his second world title 11 days earlier in South Africa, the pressure on Ayrton to win the title and deliver an extraordinary performance in his final race in the category intensified. Senna wanted to enter Formula 1 with the weight of a star, as Ron Dennis recalls the demands of the young driver when approached to sign a contract with McLaren in 1982.
I offered him $100,000 for 83 and a spot at McLaren in 84. If that son of a gun comes crawling back in the future, I will never offer him another job. He wanted 100% assurance that in 84, McLaren would be capable of winning the championship. I've never seen such arrogance in a rookie in all my life. We had a big argument. We didn't make the deal. He wanted to keep his options open. I couldn't guarantee that our car would be a champion as soon as he started racing for us.
And what happened in the race that determined the English Formula 3 championship title on October 27, 1983, at Thruxton Circuit, indicated that Ron Dennis would eat his words. Despite securing pole position with a comfortable lead over Brundle, who started on the third row and was competing for the championship, Ayrton had devised a high-risk operation for the early laps. Senna's idea was to quickly heat up the engine and, thus, achieve optimal performance from the start by covering the air intake that cooled the oil tank with strips of adhesive tape. When the engine reached the ideal temperature, typically only after 6 or 7 laps, Ayrton would begin to peel off the tape to prevent undesirable and fatal overheating. The race began. Senna held the lead while Brundle fought for second place with Davy Jones. The Toyota engine quickly reached the optimal temperature and power on the first lap. That was the plan. Ayrton reached out to peel off the tape, but missed. The end of the tape he intended to pull was stuck to the bodywork due to the wind. No one expected this. Senna didn't think about giving up for a second. In fact, he recalled a statement he made in an interview a few days earlier at the Silverstone circuit.
You have to do something special, not just win. Every year someone wins a championship. I seek something beyond that.
The tightly fastened seatbelt pressed Senna's back against the cockpit. The solution was to take advantage of the straight before the chicane, loosen the belt, rip off the adhesive tapes from the radiator, and reattach the belt in time to navigate the chicane. An F3 cockpit is not exactly the front seat of a Mercedes. It was very risky to be loose inside it while navigating the chicane, but there wasn't enough time, and it was a big scare for Ayrton.
When I looked ahead, I was almost at the chicane. For a moment, I thought I would lose control. Suddenly, I was no longer part of the car. I was sliding inside. It was quite complicated.
Senna managed to put the belt back on and won the race, crossing the finish line 6 seconds ahead of Martin Brundle, securing the championship that year with an incredible record of 12 victories, 14 podiums, and 6 retirements in the 20 races of the season, sealing his move to Formula 1 the following year.